Right off the bat, it's like Spider-Man is getting hit with a full court press, and Green Goblin is coming in like the ultimate trash talker. Peter's not having it though. He's like, the only man that's dying today, and mister, it won't be me. Bruh, Peter pulling out mister just sounds like he's trying to sound older, but the word choice is low-key out of place. Maybe it's like when an NBA rookie tries to sound experienced but ends up sounding like they're trying too hard. Then Green Goblin goes full villain mode, frying Peter with some wild energy blasts, but Peter's still checking on Gwen. Like, gang, we all know she's gone. Ain't no coming back from that. But Peter keeps pushing like a scrappy underdog team trying to win even when they're down by 20 in the fourth quarter. He starts straight boxing Goblin, and it's a lot of missed shots. I mean, Peter's not even in the right zip code with those punches.
Oh, nah, dog. Come on, man.
But he stays relentless, keeping up the pressure like an aggressive defensive scheme that won't let up. Then he gets close and does some dirty work, putting his dick and balls on Goblin's neck. Imagine getting outplayed like that. That was Peter's way of throwing haymakers on Goblin's noggin. Then Peter starts talking smack. I don't hear no begging, Goblin.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The dude's probably daydreaming from the hits, but the silence only fuels Peter's fire. Goblin slams him into the pole, basically throwing him like a rag doll, making sure Peter feels it. This feels like a knockout punch in a street fight where everything just goes silent for a second. Peter's on the ropes now. He's ready to give up Gwen to the ambulance, but then he says, Gwen is dead and Spider-Man killed her, which hits like an unexpected twist in a movie. The cops are stunned, looking at Peter like, what? Then the one black officer steps in, telling the guy built like a 99 overall in NBA 2K to come in for questioning. And here comes Peter, flipping out, tossing a cop like he's throwing someone out of the paint. It's the ultimate I'll make my escape moment. Peter's on the run, jumping off rooftops, dodging bullets like he's out here in a Matrix fight scene. But then he changes into civilian clothes and damn, he looks like a crackhead who's been through too many seasons of a drama series. Then he runs into Harry and Peter's face is straight wild. You can see the weight of everything hitting him. Tweaking about helping his friend or getting revenge on his father. That moment hits like a pivotal fourth quarter decision, and Peter's got that crazy expression like he's about to pull up on someone for a major fade. Peter then meets up with Robbie, a real one, asking for some help. Robbie hooks him up with the intel on Norman Osborn's whereabouts, and we see a classic Spider-Man moment when Peter offers him a cup of Java. That's such a 70s word. Meanwhile, Jameson is out here trying to snitch, and Spidey doesn't hesitate to web his mouth shut, giving him a taste of his own medicine. Peter bounces from the bugle like a quick crossover dribble, keeping the press on the back foot. Now Norman's getting ready for the inevitable, and you can tell he's scared out of his mind. But then he puts on the mask and thinks he's back in control. That moment when Peter hits him with a front kick, it's like someone putting a defender on skates off the scat pack in one clean move. And when Goblin tries to blast Peter, he weaves that first shot like an MVP dodging a fast break. Every time Goblin shoots, Peter's dodging like he's out here on the court doing clean aerial maneuvers. Peter keeps it moving with some sick web shots, and it's clear he's out here talking trash like a player with a chip on his shoulder. He continues to talk about Goblin's whining doesn't compare to his loss, as he tackles Norman like an NFL linebacker, unleashing a two-piece combo that knocks Goblin senseless. This is the part where Goblin closes his eyes after the punch is hit, like he's out here getting dunked on by LeBron in the finals. The destruction around Goblin makes it clear Peter's not playing games. But then Goblin tries to make a getaway on his glider, thinking he's gonna pull off the same stunt, but Peter's instincts kick in. Instead of doing a flip like Toby might have done, Peter keeps it simple and weaves again. In the end, Goblin goes out like a cheap villain, dying from a simple glider mishap, which is wild given the whole build-up. Afterward, Peter's left with the realization that Norman's death doesn't bring any closure. It just leaves Peter feeling empty, like a player who just won the game but still feels the weight of the loss. Sometimes the big wins don't fill that hole inside. That's Spider-Man's struggle, always giving it his all but still having to deal with the consequences.